Hello, today I'm going to be presenting a video diary of my experience through English 102. Now, going into English 102, I tried to compare the class and I expected it to be similar to English 101. However, this wasn't the case. English 101 was a lot of work out of the book. It was a lot of interpreting readings and trying to relate those to current events. Compared to English 102 was a lot of critical thinking about many examples like music, art, poetry, literature. So one of the many ways that I progressed through the class was my approach for organizing and the way I would think about creating rough drafts. What I had learned to do is, instead of doing that ineffective method, focus on one paragraph at a time and actually think of the theme of each paragraph and sort of expand out from the in out. Instead of going from top to bottom, intro to conclusion, work one paragraph at a time, think of what it's supposed to be about, and spread each one of them out. Get the info that you need there instead of just trying to create something out of nothing. And that definitely helped the way that I would approach revised drafts and going into final drafts. Now, an obstacle that I had experienced and had to overcome throughout the semester was exercising those muscles that was creating rough drafts like mind maps. And I was never really used to doing this because I'd never had any experience with it. I think maybe that sort of colorful, creative approach of creating mind maps was maybe, in my experience with college, sort of ignored, maybe because it would be seen as childish. But I think that if used and exercised regularly and appropriately, it can be really effective. Now, one of the examples I have is creating this rough draft here. Now, it doesn't, when I think of rough drafts, I imagine something that is looks like an essay, has an intro and a conclusion, and this does, but it's different because it's more focused on being able to read it and interpret it instead of just being an essay in of itself. Something that I think is really important about the class is going into each class with a good and wanting to learn attitude. If you approach the class with a non-productive and wanting to learn and grow attitude, then the busy work will build up and it will become difficult. And instead of doing that, if you sort of feel that burn of the busy work and want to grow as a writer, then really every single one of the modules provides exercises that are going to help you grow and ultimately make you a better writer. So then, instead of completing a class, you're actually just working out to do better in another class, in your next class. Some of the thoughts I have just at the end of the semester is, English 102 was just one of many of the responsibilities that a student like myself may be obligated to perform to. And I think that the flexibility that Dr. Eubanks provides as far as deadlines and just meeting outside of class to discuss ideas and the feedback especially is so important and helpful, that I think that really helps a student sort of separate themselves from maybe a desk and really enhance that type of adult relationship that you need to have, that independent relationship you need to have, that is professional to be in the real world, so to say. And that understanding that Dr. Eubanks has provided was extremely helpful and something that I appreciated significantly. I really enjoyed the course. I think that it's helped me grow as a writer. My advice to anybody taking the course is if you're ever feeling, behind, don't feel like you can't reach out. There is people that want to help you grow. There's things that are there to help you grow as a writer and as a student, and you should never feel like you are alone in the classroom environment, because it's just simply not the case. Now, I hope my interpretation has provided a insight on what you can expect going into English 102 and what you can expect coming out of English 102. I appreciate you watching the video. I thank you for your time, and I hope that you have a beautiful semester and a great rest of your day. Thank you.